What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fabricated. Today we're going to be making some quilted polymer clay coasters. Let's get started. I got this idea from my wife. She likes to make polymer clay earrings, and I saw how versatile and medium it was, and I thought, you know what, we could probably do something quilt related. So I started doing a little research, and I found out that yes, there is an entire world of polymer clay quilting, which I was totally unaware of, so that was pretty cool. So I got the idea to do some quilt-themed pieces, which today we're going to be making some coasters. Let's dive right into the tools that we're going to need. We're going to need, obviously, our polymer clay. We need a hard, non-porous surface to work the clay on. This is a glass cutting board, something to cut the clay with, something to roll the clay with, and then some wax paper. Those are the essentials. Some other things that I'm going to be using just for the sake of convenience are a 45-degree angle cutting template, a cookie cutter, and a pasta maker to work the clay. Now let's get into the real fun stuff. The first thing you need to do is take your clay and what's called condition it. You just work the clay until it gets soft enough to be molded. This clay typically comes kind of hard. Some of it might be kind of crumbly initially, but as you work it, it turns into, as you can see, just a really soft, supple medium. If your clay is really hard, like this here, you can just press it down flat and then break it off and smash it again. If you just look at like reviews on wherever it is you're getting your clay, you can see, okay, this is a harder clay, this is a softer clay. So different applications for different things. As you're doing this for this particular project, you don't have to worry about cross-contamination with the colors. This is all going to be mixed together. So I'm going to keep them separate for the moment, but I'm not worried if I get a little piece of one color in the other. Okay, and our red is good. So now that we have our clay conditioned, you want to cut it up and just chop it into little fine pieces. There we go. I'm going to take my blade and just like this, just chop it into little tiny pieces. Now that we have our clay chopped, I'm going to take it all and mush it into a ball and start working it together. So I'm just going to mix it up. I don't want just a big red chunk and a big blue chunk, so I'm going to just kind of try and mix it as we go along. There we are. Gather up all the little pieces. There we go. And now I'm just going to start working it. And my goal here is to get it all kind of blended, I guess you could say. Now that's like that. I'm going to roll it out. There we go. Just like that. Okay, looking good. And once it's rolled, you're going to start twisting it. And what the twisting is going to do is it's actually going to make stripes in the clay. Once you get it twisted up a little bit, just kind of flatten it, or shorten it, I should say, and then smash it down flat. And this is going to become our base for making our stripes. I'm going to take my burnisher. I'm actually going to lay down some wax paper because this part is actually going to get a lot of pressing. I don't want it to stick to my glass. And just roll it out evenly. This is the part I'm going to get it rolled down to a little bit thinner, and then I'm going to run it through my pasta machine. But if you don't have one of these, then just keep rolling it out. You want to roll in the direction of the stripes that have formed. So from one end of the stripe to the other. All right, now that I've got my piece with my stripes on it, I'm going to feed it into my pasta machine. I'm going to feed it so the stripes go in this direction. You can use a rolling pin for this. I'm just doing this for the sake of convenience. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this over because it did separate a little bit. And I'll just put the folded side back down into the pasta machine. Roll it through one more time. Now that I've got my clay rolled out, I'm going to lay it on my cutting board. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to go in the direction of the stripes, and I'm going to lay that down on the 45-degree angle mark that's on this cutting board. Now, if at this point, if you don't have a template to do this with, what you would do, like I said, lay it down on the 45 mark, and then you're going to start cutting on the horizontal marks, and you'd cut about every ½ inch. What I'm going to be doing though is I'm going to be taking this template and I'll lay this on it. That goes that direction. Again, I'm laying the 45-degree line, or the 45-degree mark in line with the stripes. And then this is marked every ½ inch. So I'll just go every ½ inch and just cut through the clay. There we go. Go ahead, I'm going to take these edges off because they're kind of useless. Just set those off to the side. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate this clay from my cutting mat, or my cutting board I should say. Keep going into the quilt terminology, oddly enough. Go. Okay, now for this part, you're definitely going to want your wax paper. I'll lay it on my wax paper, and I'm going to start laying down strips of this clay that I've cut. But when you do it, lay down your first strip. There we go. And then take your next strip, and you're going to turn every other one of these pieces over. So I'm just going to flip this over and lay it down, and it's going to make a chevron pattern in the clay. So I'm just gonna butt it up next to it, and you want to make sure it's touching all the way down the edge. Otherwise, you're gonna run into problems later on when you go to move it. On the next piece, again, just flip it over every other one. And I'm not lining any particular color up here. I'm just flipping them over and sticking them together as they were. There we go. Two there. Now, once you have this laid out, you're going to take another piece of wax paper, lay it on top, and just real gently get the air bubbles out of it or any creases. And then you're going to go ahead and roll this or burnish it together so that you take all those edges and squish them a little bit and stick them together. And you want to put a little force behind it, nothing crazy, but you do actually want to stick these pieces together. For the next step, let's get in real close here. You see there's these individual rows in the clay, the strips. These lines right here, you can see the differentiation between them. What you're gonna do is you want to cut perpendicular to all of those lines and use the same distance that you used the first time. So I used a ½ inch the first time. I'm gonna cut a ½ inch again. So my template here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay it down. I'm going to match the lines in the clay with these lines right here. So they're all going in the same direction. And then I'll go ahead and just cut it at a ½ inch intervals again. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and separate the clay from the cutting board. Be real careful in this step. If you don't get it burnished all the way in places, then when you start lifting it up, it'll actually separate on where in the areas where the previous cuts were. I think we're all right. Yeah. Oop, missed one. The next step here is really cool. What you're going to do is you're going to take your rows, and you can still see where where kind of the individual squares are. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your row, So this one would have been right here. So you can see, like, this piece went, oops, this piece went right here. You can see the lines going through it. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna shift it over one square. And when I do that, it makes this really cool diamond pattern in it. I'm gonna just go through this whole thing and keep shifting every other one over and completing these diamonds. Once you have this all laid out, go ahead and burnish it or roll it together. That's really looking awesome. Now, like I said, we're making a coaster. For this, you could just use the top of a cup. I've got my little cookie cutter here. I'm going to find a spot I like on this. I'm just gonna cut that out just like that. And then I'll peel off the excess. People who work with clay have a scrap bin, just like all the people that work at all that sew. So all these pieces will not go to waste. They'll end up being mixed in to make new colors. The last step is to bake it. Check the instructions on your specific brand of clay. I'm gonna put mine in for 20 minutes at 250 degrees. Okay. The nice thing about the wax paper is you can transfer it directly onto the baking sheet and you don't have to remove the wax paper or anything. So this is gonna go in our little oven. There we go. I'm gonna leave that in there for 20 to 30 minutes until it gets hardened up. In the meantime, I do have one that I made a little earlier so you can see what a finished product would look like. So check that out right there. Isn't that awesome? This is a super simple project, super fun, and you can do it with pretty much anybody of any age. If you make any other projects on this show, please tag us in it on social media. We would love to see what it is that you and your loved ones are making. Let's send it back over to the studio.